I love Americans. Especially now we have Barack Obama. We all happy about Barack Obama? Isn't that fantastic? Barack Obama. I love that. I love the fact that we have such an ethnic-sounding name as a US president. It trips off the tongue, like his name is Barack Hussein Obama. I hope now people can get my name, Omid Djalili. I hope people finally can get that. Instead of all these other names I get, like Omar Jangli. Omid Djalili. Dom Jolly. Here's the best one, Oswald Mosley. Well, my dad's been calling me the last few years. Oh, you, the fat one from The Mummy. Oh, come here. Come here. And one thing I love about Obama is the fact the Irish have claimed him. The Irish claim every single US president. They say, oh, the Obamas, that's right. They're from the Obamas outside Limerick, that's right. The Irish. And it's amazing. They do that with every single US president. I just wish that Arnold Schwarzenegger could be the president. They'd be claiming him as well. That's right, the old Schwarzeneggers. They're outside a small town in Waterford. That's right. The Waterford. Oh, they used to be known as the old Terminators. That's right. The old Terminator. Oh, he had a wee temper, that one, aye. On the boat leaving these shores, he turned round and he said, aye, I'll be back. I'll be back. It's ridiculous. And I have to say, America, congratulations, you've got Barack Obama, but it wasn't as if you had much of a choice either. That was Americans' choice. Would you like a lovely, reasonable man as your president, or would you like a bucket of horse manure? Lad, no. Can I supersize that horse manure? You're not making this easy for me. Would you like to have $100,000 or sexual relations with a 90-year-old lady? Well, Lad, no. Was she related to me? You're not making this easy for me. I worry about Barack Obama, you know, because they say he's the unifier, but he still divides America. In the East Coast, he's called the president. In the West Coast, the leader. In the southern states, the target. It does. It worries me. And I bet you he's going to go evil on us. He's going to have to. He will go crazy. 200 years of the black man being oppressed, he's going to go crazy. And he'll do it for a laugh as well. I'm sure he'll do it for a laugh. Because that's right. Were you thinking I'll bring on change? No, I'm talking about role reversal. Can we introduce slavery to the white man? Yes, we can. Oh, yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, yes, sirree, Bob. But we won't get the white man picking cotton because we won't be able to see him. We're going to get the white man picking a crop that he can show up against. All white people pick blackberries. But the point is, I worry because in America, they do have Christian fundamentalism. We don't have that here. In fact, many people are leaving the Anglican Church. And I think that if the Anglican Church is going to be taken seriously at all, it needs to get a bit more radical. Lady bishops, gay vicars, angry Africans. The Church of England is in crisis. And it seems that some of its members are sick of turning the other cheek. This was the scene earlier this month, when the anti-terrorist squad foiled a plot by a radical Anglican cell known as the St. Agatha's Parish Council Flower Arranging Subcommittee.
This is just some of the terrorist equipment we recovered. Jumpers, old skirts, a jigsaw, with most of the pieces missing. It's our belief that the group were planning to hold a jumble sale, possibly in the centre of London, during rush hour.
That's terrifying.
So just how angry are the Anglicans? Tonight, we find out as we ask, C of E or C of evil?
They made me wear a jumper and, Sorry. It's still very traumatic.
Well, what one has to remember about radical Anglicans is that they are fundamentalists, but they're also very reasonable. So they're ruthless, but they're also quite polite.
Sorry. It's still very traumatic.
They think people who don't go to church are damned. Unless, of course, they're busy on Sunday, in which case it's perfectly fine.
Now that's a Battenberg. Imagine that on a crowded bus.
In order to find out exactly how big a threat radical Anglicans pose, I'm going to have to pose as a radical Anglican. And I've got a camera and a microphone hidden inside this teapot.
Posing as the Reverend Timothy Bumcheeks, I managed to gain the trust of the organization's inner circle.
Got some more tea here.
So I said to the bishop, I thought it was a wonderful idea for a sermon. But can you find the Bible passages to illustrate it?
What did he say to that, then?
He told me to piss off.
I don't expect one raging poof like that.
Have you got any more biscuits?
So I'll just go and have a look.
But even more shocking than their abusive language and lack of biscuits are these images from the fundamentalist secret Bible training camp outside Chelmsford. It shows the lengths the radical C of E will go to achieve their aim of a Britain under the rule of strict parish council law. Is this the kind of future we want for our children?
Stop the madness.
But there's a very British institution that I love but also feel is a little bit irresponsible. The Bond film, big fan of James Bond. And I love Bond films, but I think they've affected me in a rather bizarre way. Because what Bond does, which I think is very irresponsible, whenever someone dies or something terrible happens, he doesn't call an ambulance, he doesn't call the emergency services, he always makes a comedic quip, doesn't he? Like when that man's in the bath and he throws in the electric heater and he electrocutes himself, does he call the ambulance? He says, no, shocking. It's a comedic quip, you know? And this has happened in other films, like there's an Arnold Schwarzenegger film where he kills a man with a lead pipe, goes through his back, out through his heart, and steam comes out. Does he call an ambulance? No, Schwarzenegger says, that's right, let off some steam. And this has affected me in a terrible way, because I was standing on an underground station, and the Paddington Express went by very quickly, shoom, and there was an old woman stood by the platform, and with the backdraft, she got sucked onto the tracks, and she bounced along. Did I call an ambulance? No. I said, that's one way to express yourself. My sister was cooking a meal in the kitchen. She had very hot fat on. She cracked an egg. Some of the oil splashed up from the pan into her face. She started screaming, and her face started to melt. Did I call an ambulance? No. I said, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen.
Well, I don't care what her lawyer says. She's not getting the house. Well, it's got my prototype dishwashing fridge in there. That's my pension. No, all right. Thank you. Bitch. 007.
What have you got for me today, Q?
Yes, well, I've been working on this.
A briefcase.
No, not just an ordinary briefcase. This one has triple number combinations on both locks. So you rotate the dials until you get the number code, and then you open it. I've set them to 000. 007 seemed a bit obvious.
This is of little use to me in the field, Q.
Well, you say that, but you open it up and... Hey, presto! There's room for files, for pens. There's a little pouch there for a calculator. I reckon you can get your packed lunch in there.
I don't take packed lunches.
But here's the masterstroke, if I may say so myself. Here, take the briefcase. There! Now, a small microchip recognizes your DNA when you grasp the handle. It detects any sudden movement or physical attack on you and emits a force field which repels the force of the blow.
A force field? Q, you excel yourself.
Well, just doing my job, 007. Here, let's try it out. Oh dear. Back to the drawing board.